the day, starting almost an hour behind schedule, but the conference champs from Aurora taking to the field for the first time in the Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference tournaments. Hayden Hellenbrand will kick off the game for Edgewood. And with that, let's get this party started. First pitch of the ball game in there for a strike, and we're underway at 7:54 tonight. Starting pitcher for Aurora delivers, and the 0-1 popped into the air, shallow center. And out number one is recorded to begin the ball game. Edgewood, like Benedictine in the previous contest, has had a heck of a run so far. They're the 7th seed, Benedictine the 8th seed. Benedictine actually led 4-1 over the 2nd seed MSOE before eventually succumbing to that 11-5 final. Connor Hogan is the starter, a 6'7" tall lefty for Aurora, as he faces Kyle Prindle. It's been a very good run in the tournament so far for Edgewood, who dispatched of Illinois Tech in their first game today after surviving Rockford yesterday. They were up 7-1, held on to win 7-5. 1-1 to the plate. In there for a strike from Hogan, who's out of Shorewood in the south suburbs. He went to Joliet West. He's been the ace of the staff as he deals and just misses 2-2. 9-2 the record for Connor Hogan in his 12 appearances with 3 complete games and a shutout. He also owns a save. 73 2/3 innings, during which he has walked only 11 while striking out 66. Here's a bouncer to the right side, gobbled up, and Prindle is retired. 2 up and 2 down. Jacob Carney to the plates. The lefty Hogan unloads, and his first pitch is lined to third to retire the side. A perfect first inning for Hogan and Aurora in their tournament debut tonight. We go to the home side of the first. No score. for Aurora. First chance for the Spartans to swing in this 2026 Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference Tournament. Joe Lukancic will get the party started. He's the third baseman for Aurora and takes the first delivery up and outside, ball one. Lukancic is a senior, and I say that because it seems like he has been at Aurora for about a dozen years. And he's very good. Probably right in the conversation for Conference Player of the Year as he hits .486. 86 hits for him on the season. 1 homer, 39 driven in. A prototypical leadoff man who reaches base at a .531 clip. And Lukancic hits one in the air to deep center field. He is retired after giving it a little bit of a poke. Backing up on it to make the play was Carter Kelly for out number one.
Number 23, Zach Tierent.
Zach Tierent to the plate. He's the DH. Tierent takes the first pitch from Edgewood's starting pitcher down low, ball one. The starter for Edgewood in their second contest today. Cole Pulliam. Edgewood's pitching staff has been very good. Pulliam 2-3 with a 5.46 ERA. Just his second start of the season. 17 walks, 27 strikeouts in 29 2/3. We haven't seen Chris Hahn or Cashton Jones yet for Edgewood. As Mack looks at a strike. This Aurora team can straight rake. What does that mean? It means they can hit, folks. That's an understatement. 2-2 offering. Strike three over the inner edge. Tierent down looking. 2 up, 2 down in this one. Team batting average for Aurora. Get a load of this. 368. 368. First pitch to Kyle Mack. Downstairs, ball one. Feel like that was a missed opportunity to use Return of the Mack as his walkout song. Two 2-0 the count on Kyle Mack. The pitch to the plate. Low, ball three. .370 for Mack on the season with a couple homers and 42 driven in. The 3-0 coming. You will take all the way. It's a strike.
Good call, good call.
Ball four. First base runner from either side here in the bottom of the first as Mack draws the 2-out walk.
Now batting for Aurora, number 21, Tyler Patton.
Tyler Patton steps to the plate. First pitch on the way. Down low, ball one. Pulliam is a senior from Montana. Working with a runner at first and 2 gone here in inning number 1 as he kicks and deals. And it runs inside, 2 balls and no strikes the count. on Tyler Patton, a .362 hitter. High fly in the air towards right. And a little bit adventurous with the lights on, but eventually recording the play is Ryan Harris to retire the side. A 2-out walk to Mac, that's all. We go to the second in a scoreless ball game. Connor Hogan with a 1-2-3 first. He will face Aiden Comer, Ben Truby, and Dom Lee here in the second of a 0-0 ball game. Comer is the designated hitter for Edgewood as he attacks the first pitch and hits it in the air towards left. It's playable for Sarnecki, who's back on it to put it away. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Now batting for Edgewood, number 18, Ben Truby.
Ben Truby to the plate. First pitch from the lefty Hogan. Downstairs, 1-0. The 1-0. High, 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0 delivery from Hogan is fouled back. Aurora's tournament debut, they were 20-4 during their tour through the Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference this year. Overall record sitting at 28-12. Hogan's 2-1. Bounded foul over towards the on-deck circle. Nice pickup there by Dom Lee. Top of inning number 2 in our 4th game of the day. No score of yet. Hogan winds and throws. And it's rifled foul first base side. Ben Truby came into today for Edgewood hitting .277 with a homer and 15 driven in. Edgewood hit 3 home runs earlier today in their win over Illinois Tech. The 2-2 in to fill the count. Glad you're along. I'm Tim Calderwood from the Village of Lisle Benedictine University Sports Complex on the campus of Benedictine University, squarely in the center of campus here in Lisle, as Truby draws the walk and becomes the first Edgewood base runner.
Now batting for the Eagles.
Winner of this one will meet MSOE at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Loser faces Benedictine in an elimination game at 1 o'clock. That's the second consecutive elimination game tomorrow. The first is at 10 a.m., our first game of the day. The third seed, Concordia Chicago, and the fourth seed, Illinois Tech. Dominic Lee takes the first offering upstairs, ball 1. Lee is the left fielder for Edgewood. Here comes the 1-0. And it locates for a strike to even the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. The pitch lined towards third, off the bag. And skipping into short left field, that'll be the first hit for Edgewood. A fluky knock for Lee. But 2 on with only 1 away for the 7th seeded Eagles.
Now batting for Ridgewood, number 31, Gavin Wesley.
A look back to second from Hogan, whose first pitch is downstairs to Gavin Westling, ball 1. The 1-0 waved at and missed. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 to the plate. Swung on and missed.
Go Gavin!
One-two offering. Just outside. Did not miss by much.
Good Gavin, good!
The 2-2 hit high in the air towards left center field. Long run for Goddard, over to put it away. A bluff tag from second base, but Truby holds. And there are now 2 outs.
Now batting for Edgewood, number 7, Ryan Harris.
Ryan Harris to the plate. First pitch on the way. In there for a strike. Harris is the right fielder. Here's the 0-1. Lofted into the air on the right side. Foul ground, and losing it in the lights is the first baseman, Mack, who wouldn't have had a play anyhow. 0-2. Ryan Harris under 200 as he steps in. Here's the 0-2. A swing and a foul tip into the glove of the catcher, Patton. A threat from Edgewood, but they come up empty in the second. We are scoreless with Aurora coming to the plate in the bottom of inning number 2. It'll be Ryan Buck to start things for Aurora. Bottom of the second in a scoreless ball game. The first pitch runs inside to him. Ball one. One 0 to the plates. Sky to center. Backing on it, Carter Kelly. And he will make the play as Buck is retired. Aurora with a 2-out base runner in the first when Kyle Mack drew a walk.
Now batting for Aurora, number 7, Nick Sarnicki.
Nick Sarnicki to the plate. First pitch coming. Look out. Slips out of the hands. The 1-0. Upstairs. The 2-0 pitch, way inside, ball 3. The 3-0 plate word, ticking all the way, is Sarnicki as he examines a strike. And Sarnicki hits one in the air towards center field, fairly well hit. Angling left into the alley is Kelly to put it away. Back-to-back flyouts to the Edgewood center fielder.
Now batting for Aurora, number 2, Isaac Goddard.
Isaac Goddard to the plate. First pitch in for a strike to Isaac Goddard, 0-1. One is airborne and out of play to the right side. Pulliam looking for a quick inning. And it's low to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Little dribbler back towards the hill. Pulliam turns to his left and throws out Goddard and Aurora. We'll move to the third, still scoreless. Carter Kelly will lead off the third inning. No score. Aurora and Edgewood. Aurora the top seed in this Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference tournament, their first game. Edgewood's second today and third of the tournament as Kelly gazes at a strike, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 to the plate. Downstairs. One to the plate. Breaking ball falls in. Here comes the 1-2. Upstairs. Pitch is fouled away. Carter Kelly, the number 9 hitter in the order for Edgewood. Bounds one to short. Washington there. He'll send it across the diamond to retire the leadoff man. Leadoff man has been retired in each of the first 3 innings.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 3, Hayden Hellenbrand.
Hayden Hellenbrand, the batter. First pitch is a called strike, 0-1. The 0-1 to Hellenbrand, who popped out to short in his first AB, is floated to right. Back on it initially and now in to make the catch is Buck. 2 up, 2 down. Edgewood had runners at first and second with 1 away in inning number 2. And did not score. Kyle Prindle, the batter. Lefty, Prindle shows bunt, pulls back, and takes a called strike, 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch, another hack and a miss. 0-2 the count. Prindle grounded to second in his first visit. Oh, 2 pitch, fouled back. Breaking ball, little bit low. Aurora dugout reacting. They thought it was strike 3. The 1-2. Strike 3 called. Prindle down looking. 5 in a row retired by Hogan. And we're heading to the home side of the third in a scoreless game. Matthew Washington will lead off for Aurora. First pitch. Look out, up and in, ball one. One-0 pitch, lined in the air towards right. Moving left, sliding, and did he make the catch? He did. Ryan Harris retires Washington. That's 5 in a row. Sat down by the Edgewood starter. Cole Pulliam.
For Aurora, number 17, Isaac Wendler.
Isaac Wendler to the plate. Takes the first pitch outside, ball one. Wendler's first plate appearance of the tournament. He's at 216 on the season, 3 homers, 12 driven in, and he is ahead in the count 2-0. Wendler, the second baseman for Aurora. Looks at a strike, 2-1 the count.
Home call.
The 2-1 pitch locates
Good call.
Here comes the 2-2. Down and outside. It's a full count on Wendler. Aurora does not have a hit so far. Surprising for a team that collectively, as I mentioned early on, hits almost 370. High pop foul back.
Home call.
The 3-2. Popped up left side of the infield. Hellenbrand has his eyes on it as he shuffles right over towards the Edgewood dugout to retire Wendler. 2 down. Tell you what, so far so good for Cole Pulliam.
Now batting for Aurora, number 26, Joe Lukancic.
Back to the top of the order for Joe Lukancic, who lined to center field in his first plate appearance. Pulliam delivers and drops it in there for a strike, 0-1. Lukancic from Joliet West. As he rolls one on the ground to the right side, picked up by the second baseman, Westling, who throws to first, and that is 7 in a row, sat down by Pulliam. To the 4th of a scoreless ball game. ball game. Edgewood and Aurora. Edgewood seeded 7th. Aurora the top seed in this Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference tournament. It is nightfall, obviously. We're playing under the lights here. Carney takes outside ball 1. Carney lined to third in his first visit. Connor Hogan has retired the last 5 Edgewood batters. On the flip side, Cole Pulliam has retired the last 7 Aurora batters. The 1-1 to the plates. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
Working out, Karn. Confident sticks.
Little bit up, 2-2 the count on Carney. Hogan winds and throws, and it is swung on and missed. Strike 3. Strikeout number 3 for Hogan as Carney is down swinging.
Now batting,
And Aiden Comer steps in.
Aiden Palmer.
Comer was 1 for 6 in the first ball game. First delivery to him, breaking ball. Bounded foul over towards the Aurora dugout first base side. Comer flew to left in his first plate appearance. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on and missed, 0-2. Both pitchers in cruise control. Impressive because for Edgewood, this is their 3rd starter of the tourney. The 0-2. Reaching for 1, tapping it to first. Just to the right of the bag, Kyle Mack will field as he struts left and retires Comer for the second out.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 18, Ben Truby.
Ben Truby to the plate. He walked, one of just 2 base runners for Edgewood in the game. He recorded a 1-out walk in the second and was stranded at second base after Dominic Lee singled behind him. And he'll take the first pitch in, ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Dots the outside corner. 1-1. One pitch. On the ground to second. Wendler to a knee. Throws to first. And it's another perfect inning for Connor Hogan, who has sat down the last 8 Edgewood batters to come to the plate. In a scoreless ball game in the Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference Baseball Tournament. Zach Tyrant, the batter, struck out looking in his first plate appearance as he attacks the first pitch, and look out in the first base dugout as his teammates duck the heck out of the way. Here comes the 0-1 to the plate. Into the air and out of play to make it quickly 0-2. Great pitching matchup we've got going on in front of us. Cole Pulliam has completely silenced the Aurora bats. They don't have a hit so far. And a liner in the air to right. It's an atom ball for Harris. That's 8 in a row retired by Pulliam. Only batter to reach against him is this man, Kyle Mack, who walked in the first.
Now batting for Aurora, number 28, Kyle Mack.
First pitch. In the air to right again. Harris is back on this one. He's got real estate to make the play. 2 down.
Now batting for Aurora, number 21, Tyler Patton.
First pitch is a called strike, 0-1 on Tyler Patton, who flew out to Ryan Harris in his first visit. Harris has been a busy man out there. 4 balls his way. There's been a lot of fly balls. Speaking of, it's Prindle in short left. 10 in a row retired by Pulliam.
No runs on no hits.
To the 5th in a scoreless ball game. Dominic Lee to the plate, beginning the top of the 5th inning.
Dominic Lee.
Left-handed bat against the lefty Connor Hogan, who has sat down the last 8 Edgewood hitters. And a foul tip into the glove of Tyler Patton as Lee confused on the first pitch from Hogan, who's been using a lot of breaking stuff to start. It's always been getting ahead and getting Edgewood out in front as well. The 0-1. Fouled straight back.
1, 2, 3, come on down.
0-2 pitch, just missed. Dominic Lee with the only hit for Edgewood. That was back in the second. They had runners at first and second with one away and did not score. Here comes the 1-2. Foul back into the screen once again. It is a cool evening here in Lisle with the sun having set. We had some rain earlier. Very strange kind of pop-up little rain shower. Enough to wet the ground and cause the umbrellas to pop out, but nothing to cause any stoppage in play as the breaker misses a little low. 2-2 the count. Here's the 2-2. And he'll duck underneath. Lee has worked it full. The 3-2. Down low, ball 4. Lee draws the leadoff walk in the 5th. And let's see what Al Brissac decides to do here. I would be surprised if Gavin Westling isn't bunting in this contest.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 31, Gavin Westling.
Gavin Westling indeed shows bunt, pulls back, and looks at ball 1. Westling flew to center in his first appearance. He homered against Illinois Tech earlier today. The 1-0. Popped up on the bunt towards first, and right in front of the bag in foul territory is Kyle Mack to retire Westling, who could not get the job done.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 7, Ryan Harris.
Ryan Harris to the plate. First pitch, upstairs. The 1-0 in there for a strike. Pickoff throw to first from Hogan. Hogan again throws to first. Ryan Harris struck out in his first plate appearance. Connor Hogan with 3 strikeouts in the ball game. Contending with Lee over at first base and 1 away. The 1-1. Bounded foul into the Edgewood dugout. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Strikeout number 4 for Hogan, and Lee remains stationary at first base. There are now 2 gone for Carter Kelly, who also homered in that opener. In fact, his home run was a grand slam in the 6th inning. Kelly drove home 5 for Edgewood in their victory over Illinois Tech. 14-8 was the final in that one. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. And Umpires are signaling for a pitch clock violation, I believe. No, still signaling 0-1. I think he's saying there was a disengagement there. As Hogan misses high and outside. Just one hit combined between these two teams, and we're in the top half of the fifth. Here comes the 1-1. A towering pop. On the left side, who wants it? Lukancic and Washington are both there. It'll be Washington who makes the grab. A leadoff walk to Dominic Lee stops a stretch of 8 in a row retired by Connor Hogan, but he does not advance beyond first. And we reach the midpoint of our ball game in a scoreless contest tonight. For Edgewood, Ryan Buck will lead off the bottom of the fifth in a 0-0 game. There has been a grand total of 1 hit so far in this game. And that 1 hit does not belong to the top hitting team in the conference, Aurora. One out of the plates. Inside and low. Here comes the 2-0. High, ball 3. Good 3-0 pitch, grooved in for a strike. Three one, fouled away. Three-two pitch swung on and missed by Ryan Buck. Strikeout number 2, and my goodness, is Pulliam dealing.
Now batting for Aurora, number 7, Nick Sarnecki.
Nick Sarnecki to the plates. First pitch is downstairs, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch over the outside corner for a called strike. Bouncer foul to the right side. The 1-2. Low. Two balls, two strikes on Sarnecki, who flew to center in his first journey. The pitch on the way. Upstairs to fill it up. And a base runner for Aurora. The second walk issued by Pulliam.
Now batting for Aurora, number 2, Isaac Goddard.
First pitch upstairs to Isaac Goddard, who bounced back to the hurler. A called strike, 2-1. Goddard waiting for Pulliam to come to him. Now, there's been some pretty good swings from Aurora. Just haven't found any openings. They do have a base runner here in the inning and a quick throw over to first. Kicking tabs on Sarnecki. Aurora really doesn't run much. They had only 23 stolen bases during the regular season. As this one is low, ball 3. Sarnecki 1 out of 2 in the stolen base department. Here comes the 3-1 to the plate. And it's a big swing and a miss by Goddard. The 3-2. Low, ball 4. Back-to-back walks. And an opportunity now for Aurora at the bottom of the lineup with Matt Washington. That's the third walk surrendered by Pulliam.
Now batting for Aurora, number 9, Matthew Washington.
Washington hit .348 with a homer and 37 driven in during the season. Two on with one out. The pitch to the plate. Inside, and it caught a piece of Washington. Oh, no, they say he leaned into it. And Adam Stevens can't believe it, as he's going to have some words with the home plate umpire. Walking down the third base line to meet him halfway. So the pitch is called a strike as a result of the lean. Goddard at first, Sarnecki at second with one gone. Aurora does not have a hit in this fifth inning. And the pitch is off the plate away to Washington, who lined out to right field in his first visit. A lot of balls in the air. 2 groundouts, 2 strikeouts for Pulliam. Everything else has been in the air. The 1-1. Hit high in the air. Speaking of, deep towards right field. This ball's got a chance, and it is caught right underneath the scoreboard by the center fielder, Carter Kelly. A good poke, but not on a cold night. Tagging from second and moving to third is Sarnecki, but he's there with 2 gone. And Isaac Wendler will try to put Aurora on the board here in the bottom of the 5th.
17, Isaac Wendler.
First pitch on the way. Upstairs, ball 1 to Isaac Wendler. The 1-1 of the plates. Runner goes on a delayed steal. Trying to draw a throw. Goddard is into second. Sure, we talk about Aurora not being an aggressive base running team, and here they go with the steal to try to prompt the run. The 2-1 pitch, away, ball 3. Look out in the on-deck circle. The 3-1 is a wave and a miss. The 3-2, outside, ball 4. The bases are loaded for Joe Lukancic. Aurora does not have a hit, but they have drawn 3 walks in the inning and 4 in the game. Lukancic hitless in his 2 visits. A line out to center, a ground out to second. He bats with the bases loaded and 2 away in a scoreless game. Pulliam's first pitch. Down low, ball 1. Working from the wind. The 1-0 to the plate. Way outside. 2 balls, no strikes. And if you're Lukancic, you can afford to get a little picky here. Look for a spot. The 2-0 inner edge. 2-1 the count. Obviously not where Lukancic was thinking. The 2-1. Tried the same spot and just missed. Pulliam wants to know where it was. It is 3-1 on one of the most feared hitters in the conference. The pitch. Lined into the left field corner. This is trouble, and that is a fair ball. The first hit of the game for Aurora. A double from Lukancic that's going to score 2. They do throw to third to record the out on Isaac Wendler.
Final out of the inning is made.
And Adam Stevens is a very unhappy man, but Joe Lukancic doubles home 2. And Aurora takes the lead 2-0 as we progress to the 6th.
Two-run double to
Kyle Prindle will get things started with the corners in against him. First pitch to Prindle, hit pretty well to center, but it's playable for Goddard, retreating and angling right as he reaches up to put away the first out. Jacob Carney to the plate. This is the middle of the order for Edgewood. See if they've got a response after Aurora recorded their first hit of the game on that double from Lukancic.
number 2, Kyle Prindle.
The Edgewood starter, Cole Pulliam, had walked the bases loaded. Showing bunt is Carney, pulling back and examining a strike, 0-1. 2 hits, 2 RBIs for Carney in the first ball game today against Illinois Tech. As the 0-1 pitch stays up. Here comes the 1-1. Showing bunt, pulling back and examining strike 2. Lefty as Hogan unloads. Slips out of his hand as he slips a bit on the hill as well. And the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. A swing and a miss, strike 3, strikeout number 5 for Hogan.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 11, Jacob Carney.
Pitches downstairs. And it is fouled away to the left side. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss.
Confident. Work now, six. Work, Carney.
Here's the 1-2. Upstairs. Two to the plates. Skipping its way out to the shortstop, Washington. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Hogan. We are through 5.5. Aurora holds a 2-0 lead in their tournament opener tonight.
No hits. For Aurora, number 23, Zach Tyrant.
Zach Tyrant to the plate as he kicks off the sixth with Aurora leading 2-0. 2 runs on only 1 hit. That a 2-run double from Joe Lukancic. Tyrant skies it to right. Pitching a tent underneath this one is Ryan Harris to handle the first out on the first pitch of the bottom of the sixth.
For Aurora, number 28, Kyle Mack.
Kyle Mack steps in. First pitch to him, little low ball one. Pulled in with 80 pitches. Doing a really good job of keeping this strong Aurora offense off balance. But eventually someone's going to break through, and that's exactly what one of the top hitters in the conference, and for that matter in the country, was able to do with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the 2-0. High fly ball in the air, left field, medium depth. Circling towards it is Lee, and he'll reach up with the right hand to handle out number 2. Tyler Patton to the plate. He's 0 for 2. First pitch fouled away to the right side.
Good call, good call.
Here's the 0-1 to the plate. Cut on and missed. That'll make it 0-2. The 0-2 to the plate. A rocket up the first baseline, foul over towards the tarp. The 0-2 hit high and deep towards left. In the corner is Lee, and it is foul. Here's the 0-2. And this one is pounded to deep left field. Giving it a look, but to no avail is Dominic Lee. That is out of here. Tyler Patton with 2 outs makes it 3-0 as he blasts it over the left field wall. 14th home run of the season for Patton. He's greeted at home plate by Ryan Buck.
Now batting for Aurora, number 5, Ryan Buck.
Ryan Buck, the batter. Bottom 6, now a 3-0 lead for Aurora after the home run from Patton. Buck hitless in his 2 plate appearances. I mean, if you're in the Edgewood dugout right now, you look up at the scoreboard, see it 3-0, and you get frustrated. But here's the thing. Cole Pulliam has done pretty much everything right on the hill. And he's given up a grand total of 2 hits. He's kept this top offense off balance. But good teams are going to find a way, and that's what Aurora has done so far tonight. The 0-2. Little check swing, roller to first. And it's going to be a close play with Pulliam covering, but Buck is retired, as are the Spartans. To the 7th we go, 3-0 Aurora in front. It is a cool Thursday evening. Aurora with a 3-0 lead. Aiden Comer will kick off the 7th with a base hit. That is just the second hit for Edgewood. They've had 4 total base runners against Connor Hogan. And that was kind of a look what I found base hit. He just stuck the bat out and wheeled it into center field. Ben Truby walked in the second. He's 0 for 1. Shows bunt on the first pitch, pulls back and takes inside 1-0. The 1-0 to the plate, fouled back. Here's the 2-1 to the plate. Up high, ball 3. Here comes the 3-1. In there for a strike. Had a full count on Ben Truby, who walked back in the second. The 3-2 delivery. Low, ball 4, and Edgewood's in business. Tying run's going to come to the plate in the form of Dominic Lee.
Now batting for the Eagles.
The first 2 have reached in the 7th. Only the second time tonight that the leadoff batter has been able to reach base. This man, Lee, walked to begin the 5th. Lee has been on in both of his plate appearances. Hogan closing in on 90 pitches in this 7th inning, and there's a bunt. It's a good one. The left-handed pitcher, Hogan, had no chance, so his charging third baseman, Lukancic, handles it and throws to first. The sacrifice is successful, 5-3, moving the runners to second and third. It's a good job by Hogan not trying to field it. Probably Lukancic communicating with him more than anything else.
Number 31,
Gavin Westling to the plate. First pitch on the way. A called strike, 0-1. Here comes the 0-1 to the plate. On the ground, up the middle, into center field. Comer comes around. Right behind him is Truby. The throw trickling to the plate. Did they get him? Indeed. Not the best throw in the world. It was a little bit up the line, and it took a few hops to reach the catcher. But the tag applied, and Truby cut down trying to score on the base hit by Westling, which did score Comer in front of him. It's 3-1. And Al Brissack is out of the dugout to argue. I wonder if he's trying to say that there was no clear route to the plate, that the throw went right into the slide, which again, as I mentioned, it was up the line.
now batting for the Eagles, number 7, Ryan Harris.
Ryan Harris to the plate. 8-6-2 the out at the dish. 3-1 the score. Swing and a miss at the first pitch, 0-1. The 0-1. In the dirt, smothered by Tyler Patton. 2 outs in the inning. One a sacrifice bunt, the other at the plate. The 1-1 to the dish. Right in there. 1-2. One-two pitch. Down low. 3-1 Aurora, 7th inning. A 2-2 count on the Edgewood right fielder, Ryan Harris. Strike 3 called. Only 1 run in. The Aurora dugout erupts as Hogan sidesteps further damage with strikeout number 6 of the night. Stretch it out with me, would you? 3-1 Aurora in front. Nick Sarnecki starting things for Aurora. He has drawn a walk in the ball game. The 0-1, a called strike, 0-2. The 0-2 to the plate. Check swing, grounded towards third. Moving right, Hellenbrand right on top of the bag. Throws out Sarnecki.
Now batting for Aurora, number 2.
It's 3-1 on the board, but that is only the 4th ground out by Aurora. They've been putting a lot of balls in play and a lot of balls in the air. They've only struck out twice in the game. Their 3 runs have been a result of just 2 hits, and both of those for extra bases. The 2-run double to open the scoring from Lukancic in the 5th, and the solo homer off the bat of Tyler Patton in the 6th. Isaac Goddard walked and stole second in the 5th as he takes a called strike. The wind in the 0-2. Outside corner, strike 3 called. Goddard down looking. Strikeout number 3 in the ball game for Pulliam. Matt Washington hitless in his 2 visits.
Aurora, number 9, Matthew Washington.
The number 8 hitter in the order for Aurora. Takes the first pitch, a called strike. All the number 8 hitter in the lineup for Aurora does is bat .348. And Adam Stevens wants to talk with him about something. Take nothing away from Edgewood. They have put their best foot forward tonight. This is just Aurora taking advantage of the few opportunities they've received. Here's the 0-1 to the plate. Into the left field corner and out of play. 0-2 with 2 outs in the last of the 7th. Aurora on top 3-1. There is action in the Edgewood pen. All is quiet for Aurora. Pulling him at the 100 pitch count mark. Right now, upstairs. Isaac Wendler sits on deck. The 1-2. Flipped foul left side. One-two pitch. Fouled back again. The 1-2 offering. Slow roller to short. A little bit of English on it. Prindle had to hurry, but he throws out Washington. A 1-2-3 7th. 3-1 Aurora heading to the 8th. Eighth inning. Aurora on top 3-1 in the final game of this Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference Thursday. Benedictine hosting the tournament again this year. Carter Kelly going after the first pitch and floating one into the sky to shallow right field. Moving in on it is Ryan Buck to secure the out. One away. Edgewood had a golden opportunity in the 7th. They really ran themselves out of a chance to potentially tie the game. First two reached, sacrifice bunt, and then a base hit by Gavin Westling, and Ben Truby was waved around and thrown out at the plate with what could have been the second run, and the next batter struck out looking. Hayden Hellenbeck fouls it away. Hellenbrand, I should say, is 0 for 3. We're back at you tomorrow morning. 10 a.m. elimination game. Concordia, Chicago, the 3rd seed. Illinois Tech, the 4th seed. If Aurora holds on to win, they'll be facing MSOE tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock. Here comes the 0-1. A bunt towards third foul, 0-2. And that would place Edgewood against the host Benedictine, and the 7th and 8th seeds getting together at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. In Game 2, which is also an elimination game tomorrow. So the first two contests on Friday will send a team home for the season. Here's the 0-2. High fly in the air towards right. It's easy for Buck, who puts it away. 2 down. Hogan just now reaching 100 pitches.
For the Eagles, number 2, Kyle Brindle.
Kyle Prindle to the plates. The 1-0, a called strike, 1-1.
We were all in the living room, and she was like, I'm gonna get fired. I'm gonna get fired right now, guys. And I was the producer for that game. God, two in one season? They were both football games. The best part about that, though, was that I knew that we were going to
Confident, KP.
drive it, too. Come on, boy. I wasn't gonna fight it. That's also the part.
The 1-2, strike 3 called. Prindle strikes out for the third time in the game. 7 strikeouts for Connor Hogan. Aurora looking for insurance as they lead 3-1 into the bottom of the 8th. From Isaac Wendler, who kicks off the bottom of the 8th for Aurora with a 3-1 lead. Wendler has walked in the contest. Just 5 combined hits, 3 for Edgewood and 2 for Aurora. Error-free baseball in this one as well. It's been a pitcher's duel throughout. Took until the 5th inning for either team to score. That's when Joe Lukancic, who was on deck, doubled home the first 2 runs of the ball game. 1-1 the count on Wendler. Pulliam still out there on the hill with north of 100 pitches as he deals in. There is action in the pen for Edgewood in case he gets into trouble. The 2-1. Cut on and missed. 2-2. Full count on Wendler. Payoff pitch. Low ball 4. Wendler is jogging up the first baseline as the leadoff man reaches for Aurora. Interesting to note as I look at the scorecard, that is the first time that Aurora has put the leadoff man on base. Fifth walk surrendered by Pulliam.
Number 26, Joe Lukancic.
Joe Lukancic, the batter. He doubled home the first 2 runs of the ball game back in the 5th. And he pops up a bunt coming towards us. I got it, I don't got it. 0-1.
Oh.
3-1 Aurora with the lead. In at third is Hellenbrand. Lukancic squares, pulls back, and takes one away. So the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Pulliam looks pretty frustrated there after that one. 1-1 pitch. Lukancic again shows as he takes low. The 2-1 delivery. Floated into the air, shallow center fields. In and to the right, the center fielder called off by Lee in left, who makes the grab. Lukancic is retired for the 3rd time in the game.
Now batting for Aurora, number 23, Zach Tierent.
Snap throw down to first base. Wendler back in safely. Runner in motion, chopper to third. Hellenbrand flips over the glove and throws to first, retiring Tierent. Wendler on his way into scoring position as Aurora trying to extend the lead. They are in front by the score of 3-1.
Aurora, number 28, Kyle Mack.
Kyle Mack to the plate. First pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. High fly in the air towards left. Dominic Lee in the corner does not have a play. Kyle Mack is 0 for 2 with a walk. Runner at second base as he faces an 0-2 count. Here comes the pitch from Pulliam, and it's popped up into shallow right. Westling is there to make the catch. And to the 9th we go. Aurora 3, Edgewood 1. Edgewood 1. Connor Hogan, 102 pitches as he takes to the mound in the ninth, trying to finish off a tournament opening win for Aurora. Set up a matchup with second-seeded MSOE tomorrow afternoon. Jacob Carney is 0 for 3 as he leads off and swings through the first pitch, 0-1. Middle of the order, Carney, Comer, and Truby for Edgewood. Here's the 0-1 to the plate from Hogan. That's elevated. And the count is even, 1 ball and 1 strike. The wind and the 1-1. Line to the left side, gobbled up by Washington, lunging right.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 1, Aiden Comer.
Aiden Comer to the plate. Edgewood with 3 hits. First pitch is outside, ball 1. The 1-0 swung on and missed. Downstairs, 2-1 the count. Two and two.
I know that you said something. No idea what was said.
Pitch to the plate. Outside, filling the count. Three and two on Comer, who has a single in the only Edgewood run. The payoff pitch. Bounced into the hole right side and underneath the diving Wendler. 4 hits for Edgewood, 2 of them from Comer. And that will bring the tying run to the plate in the form of Ben Truby with 1 away. There is action in the bullpen for Aurora down the right field line.
For the Eagles, number 18, Ben Truby.
Ben Truby has walked twice. First pitch downstairs, ball 1. The 1-0 coming. In there for a strike. Dominic Lee in the on-deck circle. The 1-1. Fouled away into the screen over towards the Aurora pen. The 1-2. Chopped up the middle. This might end the game. Good flip behind the base. No, instead a play to first. Washington did a good job of not trying to force it behind his back. Comer into scoring position, but with 2 away. Here's Dominic Lee, who has yet to be retired. He has singled, walked, and dropped down a sacrifice bunt. First pitch to him. Elevated, ball one. Two outs in the inning, the 1-0. Away, 2 balls, no strikes. Aurora trying to close the book on a tournament opening victory. And we've got a mound visit upcoming. That was a very slow stroll out to the hill. And this is just pitcher and catcher together, along with Aurora's pitching coach. Aurora with the coaching staff of the year. Two 2-0 the count. The pitch to the plate. Locates for a strike. 2-1. The 2-1. Fouled back, and Edgewood is down to their final strike. Aurora has a grand total of 2 hits, and yet they are a strike away from a victory. Here comes the 2-2 in the dirt. Three-two pitch. Line to center. It's an atom ball. Goddard is there. He'll make the catch. And Aurora will meet MSOE tomorrow afternoon for the right to advance into the championship round of the Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference Tournament. 3-1 your final. Edgewood will meet Benedictine in an elimination game at 1 o'clock tomorrow. We'll, of course, have each and every ball game for you, starting with the 10 a.m. affair between Illinois Tech and Concordia Chicago. Hope you enjoyed all of our broadcasts today. From the Village of Lisle Benedictine University Sports Complex, I'm Tim Calderwood saying thanks for joining us. Big thanks to Concordia Chicago for handling the production of the broadcast today. It was fun. Until tomorrow, I'm Tim Calderwood. Be good, my friends. Good night, everybody.